Hi, we're going to continue in Halakhot or berachot, and today we're going to discuss when someone doesn't say a blessing, he's actually stealing from Hashem. So it says, before partaking of any physical benefit of this world, we must bless God, the world's king. Someone who fails in receiving a blessing is guilty of stealing consecrated property. He has cast the yoke of heaven from his shoulders. He has stolen from his spiritual parents and disgraced God's holy name. If you don't say blessing and you take something, a glass of water, just to take it, just because I'm thirsty, I'm going to take it, you're disgracing something that God gave us. We should say a blessing before taking the glass of water. Such a person will receive his due of punishment and will be whipped from the book of life without offspring. The verse of Mishlei 11:17, he who harms his own flesh is cruel, applies to this person. And then we're going to discuss bring blessing upon yourself. Someone who fulfills the mitzvah of reciting a blessing will be blessed himself. He brings blessing and bounty to the entire world. The verse, a man of a kindness bestows goodness of his own soul, applies to this person. Therefore, it is basic for everyone to study the Halakhot of blessings and to teach them to these children and to other students so that people will not unwittingly become guilty of the terrible sins of enumerated above. In the city of Rabbeinu Aridba, Halakhot berachot. If you say blessing before something, you bless yourself. Obviously, it's a law. What you send is what you give. What you send is what you get back. And then we also saying connecting with Jewish values. One must take care of to recite a blessing when necessary before partaking of any physical pleasure. We mentioned for the glass of water or for any other thing. It also says that we must recite it correctly. It's not just to say blah, 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 and that's it. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu, blah 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 blah. And if it sounds good, if it didn't sound correctly, the words, no, you need to say word by word. And it also says, when someone fulfills this mitzvah, he demonstrates his strong faith and pure heart. He shows that he is strongly connected to the Jewish values and he's a pious and devoted person. It's by Rabbeinu Bahayai in Sefer Kat Akema. And now we're going to talk about concentrating on the meaning. The meaning of each word. It's a big power in our lives as well. Because even if we go Kabbalistic, in the Kabbalistic ways, we know that the word Baruch atah Hashem and the name, it's like a shield that protects you. Because obviously Hashem doesn't need us to bless him, because who are we to bless him? But actually it's the opposite. We're blessing ourselves by saying Baruch atah Hashem, to the fact that we are recognizing him in that he's the creator of everything in all aspects. So we're gonna see something interesting here. When someone is about to recite God's name, he should be filled with awe and trembling. This applies not only when reciting the special name of Avaya, Yud Kei Vav Kei, but also when reciting any of the names that when written may not be erased. Okay, this also another thing. If there is a name of Hashem in a paper, we should not rip it apart, throw it to the trash, or written and erase it, because it's a sacred name and we are erasing Hashem's name. It's important to realize each time that someone who recites the blessing, he is addressing God directly. This is obvious from the words of the blessing, Baruch Atah, may you be blessed. Therefore, he should be stricken or awe-stricken by his act of addressing God with his own words. Furthermore, he should be filled with joy and being given the privilege of addressing him and blessing him. Upon realizing that God's honor on us is by permitting us to address him in this manner, he will be filled with love for him as well. Any person can come to these lofty emotions simply without paying attention to the meaning of the words he utters while reciting the blessing. One thing, when we say blessing, Baruch Atah Hashem, is not something just to say. It has a meaning, each word, as I said before. And also remember something, if you don't have kavanah and meaningful words when you say this thing, something very interesting that the Ramak says, it says, you go empty, you get out empty. As in, you go empty, let's say to a shul, and you just go and read the book, words, just to read. And your words, no meaning. What's the kavanah? Was the vision and the direction of your prayer, of your thoughts. Same in any small prayer, for sheakol or for a mezonot. If you just say just to say because you want to eat something, what is the point of saying the blessing? In kavanot, there's no kavanah. So there's no kavanot in your words, in your thoughts. So. Also says, the verse states in Tehillim 63:4, your loving kindness is better than life. My lips will praise you. King David understood that the fact that God permitted him, a immortal being with us in his human weakness and falling to praise the awesome and exalted King of the world, was kindness greater than the very gift of life. Arav Eliezer Papo extolled it, the virtue of pausing momentarily each time one is about to recite God's name and prepare oneself emotionally for this enormous experience. This is not something small. This is something that Hashem gives us the opportunity to say a blessing to something. Why? Because he loves us and he gives us the opportunity to get blessing out of using his name, for example. So it says, this will help one to recite all his prayers with a proper concentration and to appreciate the beauty of the verse that he reads as he studies Torah text. Thank you so much, and we will be saying later on more Halakhot in berachot. So have a good one and thank you.